Hi everyone, good evening. I'm just going to quickly share my screen. Hi everyone, welcome. I think I'm just going to wait a few more minutes for everyone, and then I'm just going to start the sections. All right. Hello, welcome. First of all, welcome to Adelaide. My name is Victor Liu. I am currently study Adelaide market coordinator. I'm looking after Southeast Asia and also Latin America market at Study Adelaide. And a bit about Study Adelaide. I'm just gonna quickly close this. Yep. So a bit about Study Adelaide. So Study Adelaide, we are a government body agency and we work with over 50 education institutions in South Australia to promote and also to support our international education sector. We work under three pillars as you can see on the screen on your right-hand side right now. It's destination marketing, where we go into market, we promote Adelaide as a study destination. Second of all is the student engagement, where we have a comprehensive program of student engagement, a comprehensive program of student engagement activities to help our students to enjoy their study while they're in Adelaide. And last but not least is industry advocacy. So with industry advocacy is that we help to bring our student, international student positive image closer to our employer here in South Australia, just to make them know that, our international student is very talented and, giving them opportunities for their future after graduation. And right now, I'm going to take you some of the points to make that, how Adelaide can bring you closer to success in study, work, and life. And first of all, I'm just going to play you a little clips about introducing you guys about, the city of Adelaide and the state of South Australia. I'm sorry, can everyone hear that? I hear this like a glitching noise or something. Okay. I'm like next to that. Um, so Adelaide. So has anyone know about Adelaide? So Adelaide is a capital city of South Australia, and we have a population of 1.85 million people. We are also known to be the great wine capitals, and we have a lot of great wines. We are also known to be the Nobel winning state. With that means, is that we have over like the whole Australia, we have 15 Nobel Prize, and then Adelaide, we have five of them, so one third of that. And we're known to be the city of first, which is the first city to give women access to vote, and also first city in criminalizing, sexual or discrimination or like racial discrimination as well. And here are some of the photos that I took over the course of staying here in Adelaide and also in South Australia as well, just to showcase to you guys, the beautiful city and the beautiful state of South Australia as well. Back in 2021, Adelaide was known to be the third most livable city in the world. And you can see on the screen the reason why is that, places that very close to each other. It means that, students can access easily to all the services and also all the support that they need while studying in Adelaide and also, while studying overseas. Because as an international student, I know it's very daunting. It's very overwhelming for you guys, first, start being away from your family and then, starting everything, your journey at a new city. So it's quite daunting and overwhelming for you guys. And in Adelaide, places are very close to each other. It's something that, it's giving the students a very accessible it's very accessible for students, given that, they can easily go from one place to another, or even, you go to the beach, it's only take you like 20 minutes as well. So it's very convenient for you guys. And at the same time, it's very safe for our students while studying here in Adelaide as well. Um, the city is also known to be the festival city, because that in South Australia, in 1 year we have over 400 events that happening in a year, and one of the largest one that happens like previously, I think 2 months ago, is called Adelaide Fringe. It's the largest art festival in the Southern Hemisphere. And I think this year number has shown that there has been like 5 million people attending Fringe this year, which is quite a record high number as well for us. And apart from that, we have other cultural events like OZ Asia Festival, where there's a lot of food truck of, bringing Asian culture to showcase to all of our Aussie friends here. And it's a good way for our students to, it's giving the students to know that there's a lot of things for our students to do in Adelaide. Not just, learning about Australian culture, but at the same time, you can show your culture and learn about other culture as well, especially making new friends at the same time. Um, so quality of life, as I mentioned, Adelaide is one of the most livable city. And one more thing that I want to highlight for everyone is that Adelaide is up to 33% more affordable than other major city. And it has the lowest median rent in the country as well. Which means that, as an international student, I know that, living abroad, especially in a new country, the thing that you concern the most is, finance. And, you want to find a place where it's affordable, and then whether, when you study there, is it expensive for you as well? And Adelaide, as I've shown you guys on the screen, is 33 more affordable than other major cities. And here are the breakdown that I did with all the expenses. And this is like an average monthly student budget, and it include all the things that a student might need when studying here in Adelaide, from rent, utility, grocery, phone and internet, to entertainment and public transport as well. Another question that I receive a lot from students, and even myself, I also ask myself, like, when I finish my study, are there a lot of opportunities for us as an international student to work in Adelaide? And the Department of Innovation, Industry and Science have said that, over the next 5 years, there will be 63,000 jobs available for our students in South Australia, job skill level 1 and 2. This is such a positive signal for our international students, because we are a huge talent pool that can meet this shortage of the state. And another thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that there are other elements and components for this equation to be complete. It's not just about, how many jobs that they have to offer to you guys, but at the same time, you need to access to good quality education, that have a good linkage to the industry. Second of all, you need to be, put yourself out there, volunteering, doing other stuff outside the classroom, extracurriculum, just to build up your network, and also, build up that transferable skills like communication or other stuff like teamwork, critical thinking. And last but not least is, being proactive, like I said, put yourself out there, step out of your comfort zone, and then you will find the opportunities that suit for you to thrive in your career of choice or your pathway that you have been, you have set yourself to achieve. And here are some of the growing sectors right now in South Australia. There's creative, defense, energy and mining, food, wine, and agribusiness. Health and medical is a big one at the moment, and also high tech as well, because you know that in South Australia we have one thing called Lot 14. It's like we call it like a mini Silicon Valley of South Australia, and they have all the big names like Google, Amazon, or Tesla as well. And when like a company or tenants they register to be part of Lot 14, they have to agree. And one thing is that they have to create, opportunities for our international students to do internship there in the at the place. And it's such a huge thing for us as an international student because we can access to all of these opportunities while studying in Adelaide. Another part from that is that we always aim to create, a warm and welcoming environment for our students while studying here. As I said, as an international student, I feel that, it's really hard for you guys to be away from your parents, first time you step on your own feet as well. So in Adelaide, or even in Study Adelaide, we're always trying to make you feel like Adelaide is home away from home for you guys. And we aim to, always have all these pillars for our students, from arrival, supporting, services available for our students from arrival to graduation as well. Before you arrive, we have like pre-departures, webinars, or even, when you arrive in Adelaide, we have like a booth at the airport with our student ambassador. And our student ambassador, we have all the gift or the merch that's available to give away to our students, and all the basic information that you might need when study in Adelaide as well. And on that same note, we have our booth at some of our institutions orientation day, and on the left hand side you will see the gift pack that we normally give out to our students. And also because we believe that that nothing beats peer-to-peer advice, so that our student ambassador, they have been a student here in Adelaide, and then they will more than happy to share you their experience and also giving out advice that can help you thrive, while studying here in Adelaide. Selling in. So on our website, Study Adelaide website, we have all of the resources available for you guys as a student, from discovering Adelaide, cost of living, and the most recent services that we have for our students is called the student accommodations services. And at student accommodation services, when you log in there, you will see that everything that relates to student accommodations, like legal advice or how to get an accommodations, or if you have any issues, feel free to more than welcome to come to our office, and our team will be there to support you guys as well. And a platform that I want to introduce to everyone here today is something that we are really proud that we have created for our international students. It's called Job Shop. And this job searching platform, we designed specifically for our international students, because myself as an international student, I understand that, looking for a job here in Adelaide or even in Australia or even overseas, it's very hard for us as an international students because English is not our mother tongue. And also there are other criteria like, how to write a cover letter, how to write a resume, and what sort of requirement that sometimes you might need as well. And we create this platform and we work with over, 50 employer within the industry, within different industry, like supermarket chain, fast food, or hospitality, or even health and medical as well, just to create job opportunities for our international students who studying, living, and working in Adelaide. And one example I can give you guys is that one of our partners called Adelaide Convention Center, over the last one year, they have employed over 200 students through this platform job shops, and that is amazing, given that it's mean that it's our students getting a job easier through this platform, and then there are opportunities available for our international students to work part-time and casual here in Adelaide as well. And one thing I want to highlight to everyone is that the working right at the moment for our students is 48 hours per fortnight. And the way that you calculate it, because even myself, I was confused back then, but then the way that you calculate is that 48 hour per fortnight is that week 1, week 2, 48 hours, week 2, week 3, 48 hours, and then week 3, week 4, 48 hours. So it's not week 1, 2, 48, and week 3, week 4, 48, but it's combined. We also have personal development workshops available for our students, because we want you guys to grow as a person as well. And we want you to experience the fullest when you study in Adelaide and in South Australia. And one of the programs that we have available for our students is called the Student Ambassador Program. You can see on top of the screen, that is our Student Ambassador 2023. This year we have a new batch of student ambassador, and they will be introduced to you guys shortly. But the platform of the program was created. The aim of the program is that to help our students to explore all the possibility of themselves, have to step out their comfort zone, doing other things, representing their community as an international student, or even as a country as well, and also representing the city and the state of South Australia as well. Other than that, we have employment support. We have the most recent one that we have, I think it's happened last week, is the regional study tour, where we take our students, to regional areas just to meet with our employers, and then giving them the networking opportunities. And also some of our students actually got their jobs offer on site while they were doing the tour as well. And we also have other employment support like workshops or even employment toolkits. And at employment toolkits, we have all the templates available for our students, like cover letters or even resume as well. And we even have like some common interview questions for our students, so that how you can stand out, you become like a strong candidate when it comes to job hunting or job searching, or even job interview as well. A piece of home. As an international student, I know sometimes you will be homesick. Even myself, I also get homesick as well. And I always miss, all the food, the culture from back home in Vietnam. And we also always try to create all of the events that help our students to explore and also introduce their culture to their friends. And the most recent one that we have is Holi. And I think also Lunar New Year party as well. Yeah, and here are some of the student engagement program that we have available for our students. The student festival that happened beginning of this year, we have over 900 students attending. And then the most recent one that we have is our student welcome party. As you can see in the screen, that one is just happened recently as well. And we have over 500 students attending that one as well. It's a great opportunity for you to meet new friends, and also, share your stories, and also learn from their experience as well, just to, making some new friends while studying overseas and while studying away from home as well. Yeah, and here's some more photos. And we always try to get our students to explore different culture, especially here, experience Australia. We have some tools that taking our students around Adelaide to explore Adelaide, and also at the same time to explore the state of South Australia, because we want you guys to have a fun time while studying here in Adelaide. And our aim at the end of the day is just to create an environment so that our students feel safe when studying here in Adelaide, and at the same time, feel confident about what they're doing, and then feel that they know what they're doing. And then we are here to help if you have any question. And that's the end of my presentation. And my name is Victor Liu. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email or shoot me a text message. I'm more than happy to support you guys. And thank you so much for exploring Adelaide with me. I'm not sure if Sakib is in here yet. Or Adam, I'm just gonna give you back the presentation.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for the presentation and everything.
No worries. My pleasure.
You're welcome. So let's start with our presentation. Victor, can you see our screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Go to slideshow from beginning.
Perfect. Awesome. Perfect. Are we all in? Okay. Thank you everybody for joining us today. So my name is Sakib Mohammed. So I am the Campus Life Coordinator for Torrens University, Adelaide campus. So we will be basically going through why you want to study in Adelaide. So thank you to Victor for giving out such an information and all the information about Adelaide itself. So today we will be presenting myself and Adam. Adam is our SRC president. So what through is what are the support services or all the services that's available. We will be going through them. So let's start off. So first of all, that's the acknowledgement to the country. So the
We get disconnected.
Victor, is everything okay?
I think you stopped sharing the screen.
All right. I will
Yeah.
get back to it again. Perfect. Now it's looking all right.
It's still showing like a black screen. Yep, it's back now. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. So let's go on with it. So today, now we're going to go through the campus overview. So basically, our Wakefield Adelaide campus is located in the heart of the city. So you see it looks like the entrance of our campus. And also there's a map on the side where you can see where it is located. So that's the main King William Road, and you have the Victoria Square on the very far left. And it's just 7 minutes walk from the tram station to the university. So getting to the campus, so you can get to the campus in multiple ways option. So you can walk if you're living within the city, that's the most preferable way of doing it, or you can get a scooter and then walk around. Public transport, you can take the tram, train, or the bus. If you're looking at the tram, the nearest tram station is 7 minute walk away, which is about 600 meters. And if you're looking to travel directly by train, so you can drop off at the Adelaide railway station, which is about 18 minutes walk, or you can drop off at the Adelaide railway station, and then you can get on to the next tram, and then it will be just reduced down to 7 minutes. Other means of option is cycling. So you can cycle into the campus as well. We have multiple bike racks available on the street where you have to lock your bikes. And if you want to drive in, there are options as well. But unfortunately, we don't have any parking here on the spot. So what we have to do is basically we have to be in the street parking. So street parking, you have to follow the rules and regulations of the Australian road and all the times, because the ticketing monitor, they come in, and if they see you don't have a ticket and you have surpassed the allocated time, you will be getting a bit of a fine. Otherwise, there is Wilson parking around and some other parking spots around. That's gonna be helpful for you guys to park your cars. So next up, things to do in Adelaide. So I know Victor has already mentioned a lot of things. It's just for us to go through again. It's kind of like the best things to do is visit the Victoria Square, which is an iconic place of Adelaide. So anybody or anywhere they live in South Australia, they all know Victoria Square. Then Adelaide Botanical Gardens. So that's another wonderful place where you get to be very close to the nature and enjoy the sunset, sunrise. One of the pictures is from the botanical gardens itself. Then Adelaide Zoo. Adelaide Zoo is very famous for its pandas. That's why you see the pandas photos around there. So there are these couple pandas. They have been in the Adelaide for about in the zoo for about 7 and 8 years, and they are expecting a baby very soon. So that's very exciting for us. Then we also have the amazing art gallery, Adelaide Oval. We have the Rundle Mall and also the Adelaide Central Market. So Central Market in Adelaide is one of the most happening places. So every time you go into the Central Market, you'll feel something very different and always something exciting things to do or go around. All right, moving on. So student support services. So what are the support services that we provide for our students? Let's say, so we have free student support services. So there is not only one way. So there are multiple ways of communicating or relating it to the student support. So what does student services do? Student services is basically your first point of contact for anyone and everyone. If you are a student, you are about to enroll, you can come and visit student support. If you have enrolled, your enrollment has been pushed through and everything, student support it is. So you can book them on campus or online. If you feel like you're sick and don't want to be in the front of so many students or don't want to do a face-to-face conversation, you're able to do them online as well. You can call in our number where you can discuss with the student support on the phone. If you want to even have a live chat, you can do that as well. Or even if you don't want to speak to anybody or see anybody or even talk to anybody, we have our email services. So you have to just email with your queries, studentservices@torrens.edu.au, and we will get back to you within 5 business days. Then other support services that's available there is health and well-being. So we're very much focused on health and well-being. So from which we have the counseling support, we have the 24/7 well-being support line, and we have a dedicated disability liaison officer, advisor as well. Then other supports to make you succeed in while you're studying is success coaches. So we do have some very well qualified industry professionals that helps the students to maximize their potential for success. For example, maybe you are already working, but when you come to Australia, so there are lots of things that are different. For example, like the resume is different, the cover letter is different, the way you wrote them before is different, the way the Australian market or the Australian hiring companies look for, they are different. So all of these success coaches comes in and helps you with it. So they help you make your resume, they help you have their make your cover letter and all. And even we have Careers Connect, which is more like an internal job portal for the students. So where all the industry current graduate roles, the internships that's available, some voluntary work that's there is available. So once you upload your resume in the Careers Connect, it goes to the success coaches. So they will basically check in your resume, and once they feel that your resume is up to the standard for the Australian market, they will basically approve it. And once that resume is approved, then you'll be able to apply for the jobs. Otherwise, you won't be able to apply for the jobs. Then the other things that we have is study success workshops. So you might say, what does a study success workshop means to anyone and everyone? So basically, like when you studying outside of Australia and studying inside the Australia has a a bit of a difference in it. So Australia is more focused on referencing and everything. So for us, for international students, it sometimes be very overwhelming because some of the places where you have studied before might not focus on referencing, but in here in Australia, they focus a lot on the referencing part. So that's where you get different workshops regarding referencing, regarding library services, regarding how to write your maybe an assessment and everything. All those kinds of workshops are already given there, which you can see and also improve yourself upon. Then we have the pass which is basically a peer-assisted study session. So this is more like a study session, but that's done by students. So these students, basically, they are not enrolled onto the same course that you are in, but they have done the same subject last trimester or the trimester before, and they have got a score of HD. So HD is a score which you achieved when you get over 85% mark. So those students are well aware of what the assessments are, how to write the assessments, and what are the contents of the assessments are. So if you have any questions related to that, and you feel that if you want to take that question up to the learning facilitator, and you will be basically feel ashamed about it, you can definitely reach out to the past leaders or past group, and they will help you understand the assessment. They will never help you make the assessment. They will never guide you to do what you have to write, what you don't have to write, but they will basically help you understand the assessment. I can see some of us have already raised their hands and all. So we will get back to the question answers when we have the question answer session. Just keep on to the questions, or if you want, you can just write them on the chat as well, and we'll be getting back to them. Then other support services or things around the campus that we do. So we have a community pantry and also food bank. So what does a community pantry does? Community pantry is a system where basically give what you can, take what you need. For example, we know being an international student can be very hard sometimes, especially when you first come to the country, looking for jobs, looking for places, everything. It can be very overwhelming. So we don't want you to be impacted by that. So that's why the community pantry is created. So there is almost every item there, from for your personal well-being, from food to personal hygiene as well. So if you require something which you don't like, a very small quantity or something like that, you can definitely grab some. And sometimes if you think that you have bought something excess at your place, you can definitely drop it off as a community pantry. Then next up, other campus events that we do. This part will be discussed by Adam. I'll hand over the mic to Adam.
Perfect. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sakib. Now, my name is Adam. I am the president of the Adelaide Student Representative Council, or better known as the SRC. Before we get into this event, just a quick introduction of the SRC, what we do. So firstly, we have a significant presence on our Adelaide campus. Our main goal is to sort of provide guidance and support to all of you, the students, and create an environment where sort of everyone feels valued, heard, and empowered to do really well and excel in their studies and enjoy their life in Australia, in Adelaide. Now, all of our members are your fellow students who are driven by the same passion for learning as you likely are. And really, we know how different and difficult it is to be a new student in a completely new environment, in a new place, and the challenges that come with it. We are all familiar with that. So we've been through it. We've been in your shoes, and now we are here for you. So that is the mission of the SRC. That said, for the events, the SRC organizes most of these. Some of these are with cooperation with what, for example, Sakib does, and in general with the university. Some of them are with external organizations. Now, all of these events are free. These are for everyone, and these can range from small scale events such as drinks for everyone or food stalls, as you can see here. And it can also be larger events such as our barbecues, which are very popular with our students, because what's not to like about free food on campus? We also host many standalone cultural events, because Australia in general, and especially our campus, is very culturally diverse. Once again, some of these are food events, some of these are cultural gatherings or celebrations. And, you know, for example, we can see here the Chinese Lunar Year celebration, and we try to include all of the cultures that we have at Torrens, which there are many. Another example would be the Mardi Gras, which is a French event. So as I said, we try to include cultures from all over the world. We also have clubs on our campus that are also led by the students, and they deal mainly with the SRC, and anyone is free to approach us to register their own club. So students are free to set up their own clubs. This can be a club for your culture, your field of studies, whether that's accounting, IT, nursing, anything, or even just something that interests you and your peers, such as any hobbies that you might have. Another type of events that our students love are our industry exhibitions and career fairs and other professional events, such as this year when we had a tax professional session with our students about the Australian tax system, which might be very different from your country. We are also constantly seeking out new connections with firms in Adelaide across all industries that we can possibly cooperate with in the future, which provides good opportunities for all of our students. And this includes even popular options such as the Big Four and other significant companies which still has presence in Adelaide. Then, of course, for those who like sports, the SRC also has a sports department to host sports-related events. Now, once again, our sports events, same as our regular events, range from very small scale, such as a table tennis competition, as you can see here, all the way to actual competitions in various sports with prizes to be won, which Saki will tell you about in a while. Some of these events are also organized by external parties, as I've mentioned before, which we invite to our campus. And we also promote each other, so the students always know when there's the next fun event in the city that they can look forward to, whether it's organized by the SRC or, for example, Study Adelaide. Which one example would be the recent Holy Festival, which once again is a cultural event, very popular with our students. And now I would hand it back to Sakib.
Thank you so much, Adam. So before we hand over to most of the to Adam back again, I just wanted to disclose some of the other sessions that we do. We do have a counseling service, which is called the practice. So the practice is basically a free confidential service, which is done by our students, and they are our Masters of Counseling students and student interns. So unfortunately, this practice wellbeing center is only situated in our Sydney campus. So those who are interested in our Sydney campuses, they are explaining how they can book in the options and everything from the Sydney. But from the other spaces, you have the option to book in an online session with them. So if you feel like you want to have a counseling session with somebody, we have free internal confidential sessions, which will be dealt with our Masters of Counseling intern students. Then Adam has already mentioned that at Torrens University, we are very diverse. So we believe in being respectful, being inclusive, being diverse, and being accepting. So we don't judge anyone based on what they are from, where they are from, what kind of identity they are carrying or anything. We are all free to be yourself, and we are here for everyone. Then we have our student support advisors. So we don't only support student based on only one language, which is the English. We basically try to help you in terms of other languages as well. So we have some of the student support advisors who speaks Gujarati, then Mandarin, then Espanol, then Hindi. Some of them speak Cantonese, Portuguese, Greek, and even Bengali as well. So it's not only the support, not only does come from in one language, which is English, which we try to focus on. But if you feel like you're not confident enough to speak with somebody and you think that you want to speak to somebody native language, these are the languages that are readily available. But upon request, we can have other languages in place as well. I'll put the presentation back to Adam to show more about the SRC involvement and how and what they do on the campus.
Thank you for that, Sakib. So on to the next slide. So I'll just add a bit of extra showcase of our events and what we do. On the next slide, for example, this was our beach day, which was a new event for us. It was just this summer, and it was a fun day with the SRC, with the students. We played some games on the beach, and this is really good, especially for international students that come to Australia. They don't really have anyone on their own. They have no friends. They're still building their friend circles, which might be you in the future. So once again, we, the SRC, are here for you, the students, and we are here to be your family, to provide all of these fun events, fun activities, and our main goal is to always involve everyone, no matter what, no matter the culture, no matter their age. We always have something ready for everyone. Now, another one of our events, for example, and as I've mentioned before, we also do larger scale events. One such example would be the SRC day trips. We do one of these every trimester. It's always a fun day. It's not just for a couple of hours, it's always for a day. We always travel to a different destination. And once again, as you can see from the pictures, it's always very popular with our students. We always do something different, and it's one of our most popular events. Then for the next one, another example, as I've mentioned, food events are always very popular. This time in Make Your Own Smoothie, it's also from this trimester, a very recent event, a new one, because we always try to introduce new events, do new fun things with our students. This time, students got to make their own smoothies. Very popular, very fun event. Speaking of larger events, that would be the cultural night. Once again, we have a very diverse environment on our campus and in all of Torrens, really. And even, I would say, in Adelaide and Australia in general. It's just part of the culture to be very culturally diverse. So one of our large-scale events, very popular one, is the cultural night. As you can see from the pictures, we dress, we dance, we invite performers, and it's always an amazing day to have on our campus, where the campus becomes just as a fun place instead of just for studying and being very professional. It's time to have fun, which is during our events. We celebrate all of the cultures, we see the performances, dancers, we have fun activities for everyone. Once again, we have food as well. And yeah, this time it's just not for the students, it's for all of their friends, their families, or even for students just to come around and make new friends. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, regarding sports, I would hand back over to Sakib regarding the essay challenge. So thank you, everyone. Back to Sakib.
Thank you. Thank you, Adam. So you'll see both me and Adam, we're going to be doing a bit of a to and fro, but no, we almost at the end of the slides as well. But I wanted to discuss as well the essay challenge. So as you can see on the slide there, we were the soccer champions for 2022. So yes, we are very invested and interested in sports. We participate in major sports as soccer, cricket, badminton, table tennis, and any other sports that you are interested in. We even arrange training sessions if required, and then we go and participate with the inter-universities as well. So then some of the SRC highlights that we have done in last couple of days or the last couple of months is we had a pancake day where we had Red Frogs in association with Red Frogs Australia. They were on campus and they had made some beautiful, beautiful pancakes for our students here as well. Then we had one of our tax agents coming in. He's a tax store agent from Mawson Lakes. So he came in and gave free consultation to the students on how to lodge taxes, what are the things that you have to notice and how to lodge them as well. And if any questions, you can directly go back to him and he can do that as well. And also we not only support any other culture and everything, we do support Halloween as well. And definitely there is Halloween on campus. And last year it was a blast, and this year it's gonna be a blast as well. So that's all for us for the whole presentation. So we will get back to the question answer sessions. All right, so I can see there are a couple of questions around on the chat. and I will go from the very beginning. If you guys are able to unmute yourself, just unmute when I call up your name so that you can have a look. So that's ID, and follow up.
No question.
Okay. So it looks like that we don't have any questions on the chat box itself. I can see Bimela has his hands up. Yes. Bimela, do you have any question?
Yes, hello?
Yes, Bimela, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, my environment is a little bit noisy. I'm at the bus station trying to catch up for work. Um, I have been struggling to enroll in Torrens University, and initially I was granted the conditional offer, and some requirements were asked from me, and which I have been trying to provide that. And before that, my agent came back to me and told me that I am not eligible any longer for the course. So I was confused. I told him, as per my CV, I am country manager for an institution, for a company that is providing cybersecurity solution. I am already in a managerial position. That is why I occupy that position. But he was insisting that I should take a course that concerns management. But that is not what I want. I want to do something that is technical. There is shortage in my country, and I had to be in that position because I understand the technicality of the business, and I'm going to create more opportunities of the business. That's what I told him. I want to pursue a career in the technical part, the major in cybersecurity, because there is absolute shortage in my country. So I don't know. At this stage now, I am blocked. I am confused. I don't know how to go about it because I was already prepared to pay. There was a certain amount I was asked, 10,350 Australian dollars, which I was following up the documentation process with my bank to effectuate that payment so that I can get the full offer and proceed with the visa application. So that's where I have an issue.
I
How
think
do I go about it?
thank you, Bimela. No, that's okay. Thank you for raising your concern and everything. But the concern is not related to the session that we are doing here. That's more related to the admissions. So I have your name. So what I'll do is I'll maybe raise your concerns to our admissions team, and they might reach out to your agent, because if you have already got in touch with your agent, and I'm not too sure why they have said the requirement is not available, which I'm not an expert in, so I cannot have any comments in there. So I'll put your request to the admissions team, and hopefully someone from the team will get back to you on this.
Okay. I'll be waiting for that as soon as possible, please, because
Thank you.
it's really us to get all the documentation that is required, and there's a time lapse for it to expire. If I don't do that within that period of time, I will have to start all over, please.
I understand. Thank you so much. But I will definitely put up your request to our admissions team so that they are well aware of the changes and everything. I'm not an expert on that field, so I cannot guarantee you any proper answer. But thank you for the escalation.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions or anything before we wrap up the event today? Please raise your hands from the Zoom, and we will basically open up the mic for you to speak.
There's not that many people.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Sorry for the technical difficulties we had a bit in the front, but I assure you it's not something that comes up every day. It's just a very random thing that happened. But thank you all for joining us today for this session. So we'll be wrapping it up for today. If you have any questions or anything, you know where to reach out the team, and feel free to reach out to us with any questions, and we'll be more than happy to help you out and help you with your decision. All right. Thank you, everybody, and take care. Have a good
Thank you.
week. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Akib. Thanks, Adam. Thanks,
Thank you,
Alan.
everyone. Everyone have a nice day, and thank you for coming.